So I'm super excited about today's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Bambu Lab P1PS. This is the latest iteration of the P1P printer that came out. I want to say it was like late November, early December. And I've had mine. I've actually had 4 of them. I've had them for about 7 months now, and I've been super happy with them. So I'm really happy to see Bambu continue to evolve that printer. You may not be so happy if you just bought a P1P, but I want you to watch this first impression. I'll give you some thoughts on this and why you shouldn't be mad whatsoever. Let's get started. What's good, everybody? Ken here. You're watching Original Adobo, and this is the P1PS. It's basically a souped up P1P. If the S stands for anything, it stands for super, because this printer is 100% complete straight out of the box for the same price that the Bambu Labs P1P first launched with. This printer is $699. It's fully complete. It has a fully enclosed case, a front door, it has a top cover, and yes, you can even buy it with an AMS. For $999, you can get it with the AMS. Essentially, it's a P1P. Like I said, it's enclosed. It has a drag chain already installed. It has a new build plate. It's gold. I guess that's something. It's a gold build plate. The extruder's the same. Nothing has changed there. There's nothing different about any of that. The fan's already pre-installed. There is a charcoal filter installed already. So if you want to print those much more volatile materials that require some filtration, you'll be happy to know there's a charcoal filter pre-installed in this. The internal fans are there. So essentially you're getting everything you got in that bonus kit, including the camera already installed, so you don't have to do anything with this printer. I know that this printer is probably going to piss some people off because they're like, what the hell? This is the printer Bambu should have launched in the first place. But I think they were really testing the waters to see if a budget-friendly printer would be something people were interested in. Because when you lean in with the X1 and the X1C, it's this wow factor. But then you get down to the cost and people are like, oh, I don't want to spend that much on a printer. Hence the P1P's existence. But after people started buying the P1P and other brands started taking notice of the P1P's popularity, they started chasing Bambu and started chasing Bambu at a similar price point. So this is Bambu's answer to the Creality K1s, the Cutie machines, all of the sort of clone chasers. This is their answer to get you everything you need in a very simplistic package, straight out of the box, that doesn't require any additional parts, components, assembly. It's 100% complete. And I can tell you from my limited testing, the 3D prints that I've gotten off it are exactly the same as the P1P. So much so my profiles that I'm using are exactly the same. The only difference that I do when I'm printing with this machine is leave the door open for PLA and TPU prints so I can get a little bit more ventilation in there. But ultimately it is the same. I did go ahead and run the Benchy on this, and the Benchy printed out perfectly fine, and that was with the door closed. Or actually, I take that back. That was not with the door closed. That was with the door open, and it printed perfectly fine. That's right, I was filming, so I can't say the door was closed, but it finished this in 20 minutes, and the Benchy looks pretty damn good. I mean, it's what you can expect of Bambu Lab just as a whole as far as their quality goes. This is not a very long video because, again, this is an incremental upgrade. By now, we should all be pretty much immune to these S-series upgrades and know what to expect, that it's going to be limited as far as the upgrades and the enhancements. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a cash grab, but this is something that Bambu Labs had to do to be able to compete with some of these more complete printers at similar price points. So, who is the P1P for? It's for those that haven't yet jumped on the Bambu bandwagon. If you're looking at a P1P, the S-series is definitely a great choice at $699. Ultimately, if you have a P1P now, there's no reason to purchase this because you have the same printer, and chances are you've probably done most of those upgrades. But if you're looking to add additional printers and you want to have that enclosure, the P1PS is the best fit option. It's the most affordable option that gives you everything you need straight out of the box with as little fuss. Just as I close this video out, I do want to make mention, when I first bought my P1Ps, I ended up ordering the enclosure from Clearview. I put it on pre-order, ended up ordering it. It was like $189. That would have been on top of the already $699 that I spent, which would have put this more in line to an X1. And ultimately, I ended up canceling that order for those Clearview plastics and going with an X1C and an X1 because it just didn't make sense to spend that extra money when I could have bought something that was already ready to go. So here you go, Bambu Lab P1PS. It's got a new paint job. It's like sort of a darker color, and it's got a gold build plate, which I think is pretty nice. But ultimately, that's it. Pretty simple video. I'll do a full review later towards the end of the month. I don't think much will change, so it'll be more of a P1P long-term review, but I'll incorporate the S series just to sort of round it out. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. As always, stay original.